What's going on, guys? ChaseWins.com, Venture Sports Consulting. How is everybody? Happy Wednesday, which is what this video is going to be for. It's actually still Tuesday evening. We've got some games going on right now. Last video you saw was actually myself and my partner Jerry, who runs our West Coast office, talking about some soccer futures, announcing his game of the week. We'll touch on that in just a second, and then giving a recap for what we did for Sunday. So if you want that recap for how we finished out the NFL regular season, 7 in one day, 5 and 1 in the NFL, you can actually go check out the video that we did on Monday. Yesterday is actually when we posted that video, so go check that out. And it's also got 2 futures picks in the Mexican Premier League for soccer, which is Jerry's bread and butter. So make sure you go lock those futures predictions in before Friday, before the season actually starts on the 8th. His season pass that's absolutely his top season. That is the equivalent of what my MLB does. That's what he does in the Mexican Premier League for soccer. You can get the entire season for $4.99, so make sure you go jump on that. Season begins on Friday. Before we get into a recap for what we did on Monday and then what we've done so far for Tuesday, because we still have some games ongoing, just one, but we'll go ahead and touch on the 3 games that have finished. And we'll touch on what we did for Monday. I'll tell you about the 2 specials that we have going on right now that you need to focus on. Number 1, Jerry has a soccer game of the week. This is only his 3rd big step-out game like this. He's had a game of the week and a game of the month, winning both of those. Obviously, the game of the month coming right there around the holiday time. Cashing in easily there. Just cashed in a top play today. But what you get versus a standard game of the week, which you get in any sport, it's $50 and it comes with a 3-day guarantee. So if God forbid this play were to lose, which it's not going to lose, it's going to win, I would say that this, outside of that game of the month, has probably been his favorite play that I've seen him release in the last year. He has been talking about this play for the last 2 weeks, waiting for lines to come out, and as soon as it did, I mean, he probably hammered this game for more money than I've ever seen him hammer a game of the week play. So if that tells you anything. But what you're going to get, not only do you get the 3-day guarantee, where if this play were to lose, you get 3 days of all plays, all sports, premium top play, everything, no questions asked. He has a daily top play going tomorrow as well. The daily top play starts about 30 minutes earlier than the game of the week. The game of the week play begins at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So we're going to have the link for the play where you can purchase it up on the site until 2:30. It's 15 minutes actually. So till 2:30 you can purchase this play. But he also, again, has a daily top play going at 2:45 p.m. If you purchase the game of the week, you get that daily top play as well. When you purchase it and you pull the play up, right below it, the daily top play is listed. So you're going to get a standard top play and a game of the week to step out on. Both games start within 15 minutes of each other, and the first one goes at 2:45 Eastern time. You have until 2:30 p.m. Eastern time to purchase the play. After that, the link will come down and you will not be able to purchase it. We do that to ensure that everybody that purchases this play has plenty of time to make their wagers, and nobody can come back and say, oh, I purchased it too late, I didn't get to wager, yada, 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 because people try to take advantage of it that way. So you have until 2:30. You have plenty of time to wager on them, and you will cash. $50 to get both the plays. Comes with a 3-day guarantee on the game of the week play. So that is that. And then the other thing that we have is the NFL playoff pass. Every year we do a Super Bowl pass where for $50 you can get not only the picks on the Super Bowl game itself, but every prop wager that we have as well. Last year, we gave out a premium and a top play on the game itself. We won both of them, and then we gave out 10 prop wagers. We went 9-1, and the average winning margin on the prop wagers were plus 240 and higher. Some were even in the 400s, went 9-1. So you went 11-1 for the Super Bowl last year. We had people last year buying the Super Bowl pass for $50 and the next day buying a 1-year all-access pass just from their profit from the Super Bowl alone. This year, what we are giving out is an entire playoff pass. For $100, you get every single premium and top play that we have throughout the entire playoffs, which start this weekend, from wild card through the Super Bowl, and every single prop wager that we have from wild card to the Super Bowl. You are going to get 50 picks or more, at least 50. You will get at least 50 picks That's obviously including props for $100. But you need to get on it before Saturday, before these games begin, because there will be picks this weekend for the wild card rounds that are coming up. $100, you get the full playoffs and whatever Super Bowl pass we have. It's included in that. $100, go get it. It's on the website listed as the playoff and Super Bowl package. So make sure you go get on that. Other than that, that's the big specials that we've got. We've got season passes running. We've got all access passes running, 3-day passes, 7-day passes. Anything you can think of, go to chasewins.com and get it and start winning today. So again, coming off of a huge 7-1 Sunday, getting into Monday, Jerry released one premium soccer play, which obviously was an easy winner for afternoon action, and then I released yesterday some 4 NBA plays and 3 NCAA basketball plays. The worst of the worst yesterday is we split out in the NBA going 2-2. We had 2 underdogs on the Indiana Pacers and the Golden State Warriors. Both of the underdogs won outright. So for a lot of our players, because we do play so many underdogs, we cash more underdogs than any other service out there by a mile. And most of our long-term players know that if we're playing an underdog, we're also betting the money line most times. So a lot of times when they see an underdog, they're going to take the points as the premium plays listed, but they're also going to take a half wager, bet the money line, and be able to cash in twice 9 times out of 10. So we cashed both of our underdogs. They won outright, and then we did lose our one totals play on the New York Knicks and the Milwaukee Bucks. They did not cover by a few points, so we split out there. And then we backed it up in NCAA basketball, going 2-1, a winning day there, and then a 1-0 day in soccer, so a 5-3 day overall to come off of our 7-1 Sunday. So another day of profit, another day of doing exactly what we set out to do, which is profit. Today, thus far, 4 plays in college basketball. We laid off of the NBA for Tuesday. That will be back on Wednesday. So far, we did have Florida plus 3.5. They just could not get out of their own way from what they did in the first half. Second half, Alabama capitalized on the one things that Florida was faulted on in the first half, the mistakes that they made. They were able to capitalize on that and fend them off for the second half. So we did lose that one. Mississippi State, we took plus 2.5. Was getting emails on that at halftime because Missouri was beating them pretty badly, but Mississippi State ended up coming back, winning the game outright as we thought they would. We had plus 2.5, so an easy win there. And then we took North Carolina on the money line minus $1.50. Guys, we know when to play money lines, period. We had Las Vegas Raiders. They were minus 2.5, minus 3 on Sunday. We took them on the money line minus 140 because we knew it was going to come down to a last possession game. They ended up winning by 1 point. Tonight, UNC was minus 3.5 or minus 3 in some spots. Money line was 150. We took them on that. They ended up winning by a single point or 2 points maybe. But either way, they didn't cover the spread, but they won the game outright, so we cashed there. So right now we are sitting at 2-1 on the day. We've got one play that just started just a little while ago. It's almost halftime, so we won't be able to recap that one until the next video. But we're going to give you 2 free plays here. We're going to talk about a money line play, and just goes to show you, you got to know when to play money lines and when it's valuable to lay that extra juice. And that's what we know how to do. So let's give you 2 plays here. Let's just double check these lines on the Circa app real quick. Okay, UNC Greensboro, Wofford. Anybody that knows anything about me and the way that I follow college basketball knows that obviously, I am a Tar Heel through and through, but I love smaller conference. I love the Missouri Valley. The SoCon Conference is probably my favorite outside of the ACC. And I just love following these nitty-gritty, just true pounding the boards type teams. I love following teams like Furman, UNC Greensboro, Wofford. And right now we've got UNC Greensboro going up against Wofford. Wofford is at home. I love Wofford's facility. To be a smaller school, they probably got the most impressive facility of any small conference school in the nation. That's why Roy Williams was willing to bring North Carolina to play there a couple of years ago. Wofford sitting at 5-3, UNC Greensboro sitting at 5-4 on the season. These teams are about deadlocked even as far as the way they've played. But there's one thing that separates these two teams, and it all stems from defense, but it's rebounding is the biggest thing. Wofford gets second chance shots a substantial margin better than UNC Greensboro does. So even though I think offensively UNC Greensboro's got the slight edge, they shoot from outside a lot better. If you go and look at the games they've won, and especially the games they've lost, their outside shooting hasn't been overly impressive. Wofford does a very good job at controlling the tempo of the game, and when they want to force you outside that perimeter even farther or force you just to play outside that perimeter, they will. They're not going to allow UNC Greensboro to be able to drive in like they have been in years past when they had a 7-foot center there. So that's one thing that UNC Greensboro is trying to learn how to do better, feed the ball outside because they can't go inside like they have been in recent years. Well, when they're going to have to play from the perimeter, Wofford's going to force them even farther outside that perimeter. So unless they're going to go out there and shoot 40% from the floor out there, which isn't going to happen, you're going to have a lot of rebounding opportunities. One thing Wofford's going to do is out-rebound that team. They body guys better. Secondly, when it comes to the offensive end, Wofford hasn't been shooting the ball that great. Actually, probably the worst in the last 4 years has been so far this season. But they get second chance opportunities. A ton of offensive rebounds turn into a lot of second chance shots, turn into points that help them win games. If it wasn't for rebounding, Wofford would only have one win this year. Rebounding is the reason that they are sitting at a 5-3 record and still very competitive in the SoCon this year. So that's what I think is going to be the biggest difference maker in this game is rebounding, and I think Wofford's got all the edge. Now, at this very moment, right now Wofford is sitting at 2. They were at 2.5. It's come down to 2. If you can't bet the money line on this game and you have to lay the 2, I'm okay with it as a lean. But right now you can lay $1.40 and take Wofford on the money line. That's where I see the value because this is a game. Based on offensively, UNC Greensboro is the better team, and I think they have the better shooters. I think that this is where it's going to have to rely on rebounding, and this could be a last possession game where it could end up being decided by 1 point or 2 points. So I think that the money line provides you the most value in a game that I think at home with rebounding, Wofford has the upper hand. But outside of that, this gets about as deadlocked even as you can get. So I think the value, premium play, Wofford minus $1.40 on the money line. If you have to lay the 2 points, take it as a lean, bet half your normal wager, and do it that way, still taking Wofford. Now, we've been playing a ton of underdogs lately, but I'll tell you one favorite that I really like, and this is Boise versus Air Force. Air Force is 3-5 on the season. Boise's 8-1. Boise's due for some regression, a little bit of retraction in the market. They're due for a couple of losses. But right now, they're laying 17.5 against Air Force. And even though, like I said, I think that Boise is due for a couple of losses, and I think some upsets are going to come to teams that you would not expect, it's not going to be against Air Force. Air Force is not going to win this game. I don't see a prayer where Air Force could keep this game within 8 points. It's going to come down to Boise. If they want to play for 2 halves, this game's going to be decided by 24 points or more. They are going to win the game by more than 20. Now, if Boise wants to come out and run the floor for a half and then let off 3-4 minutes into the second half, that's where you could see the game being decided by 10, 12, 14 points and Air Force sneaking out of cover. But the way that Boise's played thus far this season, they have not shown signs of letting up. They play for 40 minutes. Their coach goes out there to get everything out of them for the entire game. Right now, even though Nevada is still the team to beat in the Mountain West, that's the team that everybody's looking at. If people aren't looking at Boise, you're messing up because Boise, I do believe, is going to take the Mountain West this year with flying colors because right now, if you look at all the games played, conference, non-conference, Boise has shown to not only want it more, but to be the most well-rounded team in the Mountain West. And any of the teams that play the Mountain West Conference a lot that may not be in the conference, That team right there just has it. I think that next year Boise could be a top 15 team throughout the year. I think that they could be a top 10 and get a very high seed in the tournament as long as they keep players and players stay healthy. But this year, they're focusing on that Mountain West. They're 8-1 and still not getting any respect from people who still think that they're just the Boise of a few years ago. The team's the real deal. The team is somebody that can make a secret run in a tournament, going out there and getting a 3 or 4 seed and going out there and before you know it, showing up in the Elite Eight, people are going, where they come from. Boise, this team, when I broke this game down, if they come to play for 40 minutes, this game, this line should be 22.5 to 23 all day long. I'll lay 17.5 gladly with Boise State, as I think that if they come to play for 40 minutes, that they walk all over Air Force and they cover 20 points with their eyes closed. So give me 17. I'll lay 17.5 with Boise State. Take that, and then take Wofford on the money line minus 140 against UNC Greensboro. There's your 2 free plays. We will be back on Wednesday for more free plays, more than likely an NBA play as long as it pans out. But make sure there is already a game of the week in soccer and a daily top play already posted. Go jump on both of them. $50, you get both plays. There's a guarantee on the game of the week. And then go jump on the NFL playoff and Super Bowl package. You are going to get picks, premium and top plays, wild card through the Super Bowl. And every single prop bet we have along the way, you're going to get 50 picks or more. 50 is your minimum. You are going to get at least 50 wagers for $100. Go get it. Don't miss out. We'll see you in the winner's circle. Congrats to everybody that keeps cashing with us. Get ready for the biggest weekend you can imagine, following up what was already a huge weekend, and we can't wait to share it with you all. We love you guys. We'll see you in the winner's circle. See you back for the next video.